Hi there and welcome to another sessions of accountancy with me Vishwanath sir. Today I shall take you further with this chapter called ledger, and your ledger is a very important part because it helps you locate the individual balances. An organization on the whole has got a lot of transactions. What we'll be doing is absolutely nothing, but in real life our organization has got a lot of transactions. It has got a lot of clients, it has got a lot of things to buy and sell. All these things together make it very complicated if the accounts are not maintained properly. And ledger is one such book which has to be maintained properly, without which we shall not derive the balance. Okay, so today I shall try and deal with individual accounts so that you get mastery over this particular topic. Okay, fine. I shall put down certain entries from where we shall prepare the ledger account of one particular account. Okay, so I am going to deal with cash today. Started business with cash, rupees 10,000, make it 40. Sold goods, rupees 80,000. Third, purchase goods, rupees 30,000. Paid rent, rupees 10,000. Paid salaries or salary, rupees 7,000. Received commission, rupees 12,000. Received cash from Rajesh, rupees 10,000. Paid Mona, rupees 8,000. Sold goods, rupees 20,000 at 10% rate discount. Purchase goods, rupees 15,000 at 10% trade discount. Okay, so these are the certain transactions which I have put here, and I shall be highlighting on the cash account. Okay, I shall be highlighting on cash account, and I shall also, when I am doing the cash account, I shall also tell you how to put the other accounts in their respective places. So please pay attention when this part is being done. Okay, so this is your cash account. This is a rough cash account. Okay, this is a rough cash account. So let's start with the first aspect. Started business with cash, rupees 40,000. Okay, what are the two accounts which is involved here? The two accounts which is involved here is cash and capital. Cash is a real account, comes in, so it is debit. Automatically this is credit. Why? It's a personal account, give a credit. Okay, so it is cash account debit to capital. So where, remember here, whatever money comes in is this side, whatever money goes out is on the other side. Fine. So let us write this as to capital and put the amount as 40,000. Okay, so to capital, of course, write down the word account, and when you are opening your capital account, you will go there and put buy cash. What will you do? When you go to capital, you will go there and put buy cash. Let's go to the second. Here, the two accounts which are involved are cash and sales. Okay, which is the accounts involved? Cash and sales. Cash is coming in, so it is debit. Sales is an income, so it is credit, nominal account. Okay, fine. So I go here and I write down cash account debit is already there. To sales account 80,000. To sales account 80,000. Okay, that finishes with our second entry. Now let's come to the third entry. The third entry is in regard to purchase of goods. So the two accounts which is involved is purchase and cash. Okay, so cash is going out, credit. Purchase is an expense, so debit. Okay, debit what comes in. So what do I have to do? I have to go and write here buy purchase. Buy purchase account 30,000. Okay, so that finishes with this, this and this. Paid rent rupees 10,000. The two accounts which is involved is rent and cash. Rent is a nominal account, it's an expense, so debit. Cash is a real account, goes out, so it is credit. Okay, so I go to the other side, I go to the credit side and I write down buy rent. Okay, always remember, if I am doing a cash account, I will have to cover cash account and I will have to put this. Here also I cover cash account, here also I cover cash account. Okay, so rent, I write down this as buy rent and the entry is 10,000. Okay, so that finishes with this. Paid salary rupees 7,000. So the two accounts almost similar like rent only. So salary is also an expense. So salary is debit and cash is credit. Fine. So we go and we write down buy salary $7,000. Okay, account. So that finishes with the fifth part of it. Okay, now received commission rupees 12,000. The two accounts which are involved is cash and commission. Cash and commission. Cash comes in debit, commission is an income, so it's a nominal account, credit your income. So what do I do in this case? I go and write down to commission because the money is coming in, cash account debit, see cash account debit and to commission. So if I go to commission account, I will write down buy cash. So commission is 12,000. Okay, next. So this sixth is also over. Next I come to the seventh entry where the two accounts involved is cash and Rajesh. Cash and Rajesh. Cash is debit because it comes in and Rajesh is the giver. So credit the giver. Personal account. Okay. So I go to the debit side of cash and I will write to Rajesh. What will I do? Go on the debit side and write down to Rajesh. And write down 10,000. So that finishes with it. Paid Mona rupees 8,000. So the two accounts which is involved here is Mona and cash. Cash is credit, Mona is debit. Okay. So I write here as buy Mona because you are paying money, buy Mona 8,000. That finishes with the 8th entry. Now, in the 9th entry, it is sold goods rupees 20,000. So the two accounts which is involved is cash and sales, and the amount will be minus your 10%, so it will be 18,000. So I go to the cash account and I write down two sales, and the amount which I write here will be 18,000. The amount which I write here will be 18,000. Okay, so that finishes with your 9th entry. Your 10th entry is purchase goods rupees 15,000. So what do I do? And it's at a 10% discount. Okay, so the two accounts which is involved is purchase and cash. Purchase is debit because it's an expense. Cash goes out, it is credit. So go to your cash account. Okay, on the credit side write down buy purchase. Okay, buy purchase you will write down 13,500. Okay. Now you need to balance. Okay. Now the balancing is very simple. You have to first total up both the sides. Let me total up the debit side. It's 40,000, 80,000, 1,20,000, 1,32,000, 1,32,000, 1,42,000, 1,60,000. So I write this figure on the top here in pencil, 1,60,000. Okay, so the debit side is 1,60,000. Let me check the credit side total. The credit side total is 30,000, 10,000, that is 40,000, 47,000, 47,000, 55,000, 68,500. Okay, so when we are comparing these two figures, you shall see 1,60,000 is more. Your step number 1 was totaling both the sides and writing it on top. Step number 2 is write down the heavier figure on both the sides. Heavier figure on both the sides, it's 1,60,000 and 1,60,000. Then come to the side which is less and write down here as buy balance carried down or carried forward, CD or CF. Okay, from 1,60,000 I am going to minus 68,500. So that will give me 91,500. Okay, 91,500. So what was happening here? Your debit side was greater than the credit side. So this figure of 91,500 is a debit balance. That means the debit side is greater by this much figure. Okay, so this is how you treat it, and it just means a very simple thing when we are maintaining this account, that your cash has got a balance of 91,500. Okay, so this was the whole thing. I expect you to do it in the same way to understand it better. I shall give you one small sum for assignment and you carry it on the same basis. Okay, so we take it up from here. I'll give you a assignment sum. Started business with cash rupees 50,000. Paid electricity bill rupees 5,000. Paid rent rupees 3,000. Received commission rupees 15,000. Received cash from Radhika rupees 20,000. Paid Mahesh rupees 9,000. Sold goods rupees 20,000 at 10% cash discount. Purchase goods rupees 30,000 at 10% trade discount. Okay, so this is your lockdown assignment. Kindly complete to get a better hold of the entire topic. This is Vishwanath sir signing off. Thank you so much.